Malaysian 370, contact Ho Chi Minh 120.9. Good night.
Good night, Malaysian 370.
9 years have passed since Malaysia Airlines flight MH370 disappeared with 227 passengers and 12 crew members on board. The plane's disappearance is one of aviation's greatest unsolved mysteries. 9 years on, family members are still waiting for closure, which may or may not come.
And I never refer to her as gone, passed away or anything like that. And I am never able to sort of describe her in a manner which means that she is no longer with us.
Grace Nathan still talks about her mother as if she was still around, ever present in their daily lives. Grace said she still referred to her mother in the present tense, leaving strangers with little to no hints that her mother and Daisy had actually been on the ill-fated flight.
Emotionally, there'll always be that gap. So for example, due to the lack of closure, for example, I always still refer to my mother in the present tense. So people who don't know me would not know anything about my mother being missing.
Over the last 9 years, the 35-year-old said there had been many incidents where she just wanted to reach out for her phone and call her mother, especially when there was exciting news.
Where I just really wish she was here to give me advice, or I wish that she was here so that I could talk to her and brainstorm with her about things that are happening in my life. And I've actually found that I've missed her more and more ever since I had a baby myself, because I just wish that she could be here to experience this part of my life with me.
Grace, who was in the United Kingdom at the time, recalled how she had to jump into the earliest flight back to Kuala Lumpur, pointing out that she only grabbed her passport, handbag and laptop and walked out of her house with just the clothes on her back. Describing the flight as the longest 14 hours of her life, Grace said she ran to the door of the plane once it landed to search for answers.
The thing I said to him was, I said, "What happened?" And he said, "We have no news yet." And I remember feeling sort of relieved because no news at that time meant good news.
However, her hopes of getting answers with regard to the plane's disappearance were short-lived. Grace said the days became weeks, the weeks became months, and the months have now become years, as reports on MH370 have not been clear.
I feel quite exasperated that after 9 years, we're still asking all the same questions and waiting for all the same answers. We're still asking, why did MH370 turn around? Why did all the communication systems turn off? What happened? Why did it happen? Where is MH370 now? The same questions that we asked on day one, 9 years ago, we're still asking now, after 9 years.
While Grace is not really expecting her mother to walk through her front door, she said it was important for MH370's search to continue, pointing out that this was a matter of aviation safety.
That it should be something that everyone is concerned about, that we allowed a humongous Boeing 777 to just vanish into thin air, and we don't care how that happened. That really shouldn't be the case. What I really don't want to see is something like this happening ever again.
Grace hoped that the government would be more open to resuming a search and be more approachable to listening to all family members' grouses, adding that there should be more transparency. Jaquita Gonzalez, whose husband Patrick Gomez was MH370's in-flight supervisor, said those on board the plane should not be considered collateral damage.
They have families, loved ones, that will miss them. So we cannot just leave it at that and not know what happened. Hopefully, it will be tabled in one of their sessions when they discuss about MH370. I'm just hoping they still remember it. Right? So if they can really just get a move on and start where they left off again. Maybe this year, who knows?
For the 60-year-old, closure is very important. However, she said her husband has not been given a proper send-off at all.
So if someone you love passes on, you either have a funeral, you bury them, or you cremate them and the ashes are put in the niche, right? So there is a place for you to go during their death anniversary or their birthdays and all that, to go and light the candle, say a prayer. I don't have that. I don't have a place to go to. All right? Right now, the place that I go to is my memory, what's in our heart, and what I see in my children, I see Patrick there.
The masked Boeing 777 vanished some 40 minutes after leaving Kuala Lumpur en route to Beijing on March 8, 2014. Samuel Chua, FMT News.